Okay, hi y'all. Welcome to vlog episode number 3 with your host. And today we're gonna talk about some intro to my channel. So the first thing what you're gonna want to do is head on over to Google Documents. And under Google Documents, you're going to head over to My Published Works. And let's take some look. So the first thing you're going to want to do is look at the expenses sheet. And do your expenses. That might take you like 3 to 4 hours. So do that. The next thing you're going to want to do is set up a stock account. Now you can probably research your own stocks, or you can go with the ones that I am researching. Either way, I have them set up, and you can download my stock app, put it into your stock app, follow my holdings, make them become your holdings, and learn a little bit about the stock market. Follow the news, download apps, look at charts, and dibble dabble in your investments, and of course track your returns. You know what I'm saying? And probably just use an index fund and go for like a nice 15-20% return per year. That's good. In a tax-free account, that's also beneficial. You ain't gotta break the bank, you ain't gotta bust your balls, you just gotta make a nice little pocket of wealth. Aye. Now, after you've done that, your expenses and your stock account, how about we look at some business? So let's go into the business folder. We got Apple, we got Tesla, we got my clothing company, Vazi, and we got like just a general overview of my structured company. We also got some entrepreneurial tips. So have a look at that. After you've done looked at that, you can head on over to a nice little refreshing break. So head on over to my YouTubes and look at my vlogs category and look for where I explain the stock market. Look for my lessons on business. I got a couple of videos on business. And look for my lessons on politics. And look for my lessons on capitalism. Also sprinkle in a little bit of the shorts on business, capitalism, marketing, sponsors and advertisements. And let me know what you think about the business help, because that's going to lead into the most very important 2 biggest documents that I got. And those are my Class X Mutant Secret Top Files for 2024. Open the Word document, Class X. Open the PowerPoint slide, Johto League X. And follow these instructions. They give you a nice synopsis of the history of the world in bullet point form. Read that. Now that'll take you about a month to digest all this information you just found. And cycle through it a couple of times over so you get it down really well. That's semester 1 of our course. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do well at my class, that's semester 1. And what you should expect to learn from this first semester: how to run your expenses, how to structure a business, how to analyze stocks in the stock market, how to keep up with news, how to invest, what are the core principles of capitalism, some business incentives, some effective communication and teamwork in business meetings. Just a lot of business capitalism and financials, money, finances. You know what I'm saying? You want to learn that because you want to be educated in money. So you got to study for the first 4 months of the semester about money. So this first semester is called Money Talks. Actually, that's probably already taken by another 4,000 podcasts out there. So we're going to name it Money Funny. Funny Money. So Funny Money is the name of the first semester. And I want you to get a 4.0 GPA on that. Funny Money. All are welcome. All are accepted. Not like the bum who kicked me out of his class and said I wasn't good enough to become an entrepreneur. And then I sent him an angry email and he sat me down in his office and told me to shut it. Nah, not like that. All are welcome. Because I had to take a test. And on that test, it was deemed that I was not suited to become an entrepreneur, so I wasn't granted access into the limited space in classroom. You believe that shit? Fuck that. That's bullshit. That's U of T garbage for you. University of Toronto garbage. My university is not garbage like that. We're not founded on capitalistic principles. No, 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 no. We're founded on education and real-world application to make you succeed better and reduce the ignorant, poverty, and crime rates of the city of Toronto. That's what Mladineering University is about. Not capitalistic financial profit like the University of Toronto is. No, no, no. We don't associate with Toronto universities in any way at all. That's point number 1. So Funny Money is semester 1. Now semester 2, we get into a little bit of the arts. So unlike the art history class, which I nearly failed at the University of Toronto also, we're going to cover some music and some film and some painting. First, we got to cover how all these genres correlate within the scope of expression, emotion, and expressing yourself through your work. Ironically, nobody talks about this at the higher levels. They talk about it when you're a kid, express yourself. But even when you're making high-level art, you still have to express yourself. That's what produces the quality of the art, and not 99% of the bullshit garbage that you see on Netflix and Hollywood, because they're not expressing themselves properly. That's not what we dictate at Mladineering University. No, no, no. We're going to teach you how to properly express yourself through your medium. It ain't about the tools you got. It ain't about how much you pay for your equipment. None of that. It's about using what you've got to express your voice and to convey your message. That's the connective tissue behind art, music, acting, film, photography. You got to express a message and use emotions and themes. What themes are you going to portray in your work? So that's what we're going to talk about. That's going to be an in-person lecture, but we got some of that in the X documents. We got some of that on my blog. We got some of that just in my works. You know, we're going to go over how I made music. Do case studies of the artworks I made. Analyze the books I started reading. And go through my social media, tens of thousands of posts, and look for the themes that connect it to how I express myself on social media to gain an audience and a following and a platform as well. Through authenticity, originality, and unique identity of self, how we express ourselves. Okay? So we're going to look through the social media. We're going to look through the YouTube. We're going to look through my artwork, my music. And then we're going to go into this little folder called my essays. And I got like 15 plots that I've scripted, how to build a script, how to structure it, how to start from point A to point B to a conclusion when you're going through your ideas, okay, to come up with a finished plan of action of how you're going to flow from beginning to end to production of your work. Brainstorming, I have a nice little PowerPoint slide on critical thinking, and that involves brainstorming. So you're not stuck on ideas. You always ask questions. Why questions, who questions, where questions, how many, why, how questions, what questions, and bounce ideas off of other people who are helping you with your work and get feedback from your target audience, you know? So that'll be semester 2. So semester 1 was funny money. Semester 2, we'll call it artistic logistics. The logistics of art. So artistic logistic will be semester 2. After that, you're going to have a couple of exams. You got exams for both semesters. And now semester 3, we're going to talk about... What should we talk about? We got science, science and programming. Because when you study engineering, they group computer programming and computer fundamentals into the engineering aspect and the scientific research and knowledge. So semester 3 will be science and computer programming. And we'll cover the basics of engineering, calculus, algebra, trigonometry, mathematical principles, more fundamental equations like in chemistry, thermodynamics, Newton's laws, as well as some famous historians and what they did to contribute to science, like Tesla and Maxwell and Newton and Einstein, his theory of relativity and gravity. The contributions to chemistry, the fundamentals of the atomic structure, Niels Bohr. I'm not really into whoever else there was. Then we'll do what else can we do in science? We'll do some medicine, some biology. So like cells, the bioorganic chemistry, compounds that are found in chemical reactions within the human body, organisms, how they are controlled by DNA, the replication process of DNA, how cells operate with energy, the ATP adenotriphosphate to adenodiphosphate process of breaking down ATP into ADP and excess hydrogen ions, which form a pH balance, and also what's it called? Osmosis, where it's a difference of ions, electrical charges, and pH across a membrane that either has active transport through the membrane or passive transport through the membrane, which is based in a plasma or H2O water. So we'll talk a little bit about biology, some medicine, how cancer is formed, how the nervous system, respiratory system, digestive system, reproductive system operates. Some how cancer affects us, how paralysis affects us, some possible treatments and studies, and we'll use AI in our science theories. We'll ask AI questions. Just like you ask me questions, we'll also ask our questions to AI. The problem is, though, AI gives you an answer on absolutely everything. So we got to tailor it down to first our fundamental theories, and then we break these down with AI supports on what it thinks about our theories. So that's how we'll go about science. The different elements like proteins, fats, carbohydrates, fibers. So we'll also talk a little bit about nutrition and the gut biomes in our, and all of this is already pre-programmed into Mlad Technology University. So it's all there. We just got to make the tests and the class objectives, and we can deliver a good education on science, technology, some engineering, like we said, the mathematical equations and the principles. And then in the programming, we'll learn about how programming mechanics first of all. So how code is languaged. So you got if statements, loops, methods, scope, and hierarchy, and how these command a program, as well as the graphical user interface, and how it would be possible to, I'm not going to necessarily make you code anything too extreme, but how we can break down and see how you can code almost anything that you interact with already in your phones and computers, and how they can be better, and where the bugs are, where the back end is, where the front end is, all the way down to video games or cybersecurity. And we can ask AI to help us write code. We can also just break it down on it's called pseudocode, where we break down code in English terminology. So we just write in plain English words what we want the code to do and break it down bit by bit until we get down to loops and stuff like that. And just write instructional code of from point A to point B of how it should work. And then things that we've also got at our university, Mlad Technologies, Mlad Labs, is user interface. So how to make graphical user interface friendly for the user, intuitive, organized, and properly structured, colored, and sized, and bug-free, friendly UI, intuitive, to make it faster and less issues for the user, less steps the user must take. And then we'll also get into coding the principles of video games, which is another fun and exciting topic. So those will be our 3 semesters we'll cover. Funny money, logistic artistic, science without a nuisance. So we got science without a nuisance, and you can do we're going to alternate our students. So some can start in science without a nuisance, while others start in artistic logistics, and others start in funny money. And you're going to have to do all 3 to graduate with a degree from Mlad Lab University. Did I miss anything? On the campus, we'll be playing chess and board games and poker and video games and talking stocks and playing sports as well. And talking politics as well. It's a free, open, welcome, inclusive environment. Yeah, meet the TAs on your first day. Say hello. Introduce yourselves. Make sure you get the content material that you're gonna need. The textbooks. There's no textbooks. It's all online. So we're gonna distribute it bit by bit. Have a YouTube account. Have a Google Drive account. Um, bring your notebooks, your laptops, your learning accessories. Funding, it's not going to cost too much because it's all online anyways. So the main thing is the journey and how the money will just cover our teachers, and maybe we'll do some research as well. But we're not focused on research. We're focused on helping you learn. So the money will go into helping our professors and teachers, um, compensating them and making a inclusive environment, paying for the campus and stuff like that. So it won't be too expensive, and we'll provide scholarships and things like that if there is limited space. Um, and we'll also be sharing our students' work with the community. So if you make music, if you're an artist, if you're an athlete, if you got some financial ideas, if we're gonna collectively share our thing on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll be on the global eye of the world. So thank you. If you're thinking about enrolling in Mlad Lab Technology University, if it's for you, if you enjoy art, science, and financial business, if you're thinking of this as a master's degree, it's 1 year. It's 3 semesters, so you can do it in 1 year without breaks, or you can take your time and do it in a year and a half. And we'll give you a balance of arts, business, science, all into one package. The price will be like $1,000 for the course. Yeah, which is pretty cheap because that's how much one semester costs at any university, and you're paying like 20 grand at a university for a degree. This will be a master's degree, so 1 grand, maybe 1.5 grand, or 1.2 grand, depending on our expenses and how much popularity we have. So that will be Mlad Technologies, online and in person, community university, Mlad Technologies. All right, I am the dean, and I'll be reviewing your work and providing you with inspirational messages and promoting our students' work and the community around our all-inclusive university. Thank you. Until next time, Excelsior.